Day 9. Huh? Yes, day 9. I am not making the same mistake I made yesterday. I'm here on time. Everybody is sleeping. And I'm just going to catch you up on just a few things in Yana. So I have a camera here and I have a camera up there. The one that's up there you can't see. I can see. It's for me to see myself in this video. Okay. Day 9. Okay, so I think for this week I'm gonna continue with just I'm gonna start repissering my arms. Repissa means, dang, what's the English word? Lesson? Is that a word? Not lesson as in teaching a lesson, as in lesson. I'm gonna lessen the use of in my videos. See, doing videos is gonna help me be more clear in my thoughts with less ums. Okay? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with giving breakdowns of the day, just my thoughts, things I learned in the day, things I saw, information that I could, you know, um, tell you that I learned today until. Wait, what? Until when? I'm not sure because I was going to say until the case that we're going through as a family is done, um, because it's sort of all hands on deck. I'm the hands on deck, and it's not really giving me a lot of time to. It's not really giving me time to. It's not really giving me time to do what I planned to do for my YouTube. Like I said, my 3 topics: personal development, business, and relationships. I want to actually do stuff properly and, give you the breakdown and give you the 3 most important points in personal development. The 5 steps to make sure your business is fail safe, things like that. And I don't want it to be like an oral, in primary school and high school where it's written down and I'm reading it to you. No, I want to probably prepare for my videos and speak from what I've actually learned and studied it and understood. And speak from that so that I'm clear, I'm confident, I'm looking at the camera the whole time. So, that's the plan. So since I'm all hands on deck, the most important thing is just to show up, okay? In these consistency videos is to show up. So I'm gonna keep showing up and just giving you little nuggets of what I learned throughout the day, what I learned in the week, what was important, all of that stuff. Okay, so today was like a errand day. I was driving from one place to the next place and getting documents from one place and going to the next place and getting signatures and going it was just a lot of that today. And as you know, February in South Africa is very hot. There's this picture that people had and it was the sun, so it was like the sun, and then it had like South Africa, yeah, but it wasn't South Africa. It was like a picture of the earth and the sun like on top of each other, and the earth was written KZN. So that's the province I'm from, KwaZulu Natal. So yeah, it's that hot. The sun KwaZulu Natal. Okay, so yeah, do all of that in the heat, and also The car I'm driving doesn't have any aircon. I tried it. It does not have any aircon. So it's been rough. And I was wearing like a shortish dress. So every time I would sit in the car, because the seats are like leatherish, I would sit in the car, burns on my thighs. So that wasn't fun. And and I was sweating like, you know those Coca-Cola Sprite adverts, and the people are like, you know, the sweat from those commercials. I was sweating like that. I remember I had like, so I'm driving and I could feel like, okay, I'm sweaty, but I didn't think it was, you know, it looks like rain droplets all over my face, like tiny rain droplets all over my face. I didn't think it was that bad. I was just like, oh, I'm sweating. And then I think when I parked somewhere, I like looked in the, what's the mirror, Liela? Review mirror. And I was, wait. But in the same breath, because I'm not used to seeing myself with like all these rain droplets all over my face, it looked so cool. So I didn't even wipe my face for like a minute. I just looked at myself and I was just like, whoa, this is really cool. This is water coming from me out. You know, I didn't sprinkle any water on myself. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it was like the sweat from commercials. Specifically, those ice cold beverage commercials. Yeah, one of those. I was sweating like that. And I was sweating so bad when I got to one place. The lady was like, you have a car. You shouldn't be wet like this. Where's the aircon? And I was like, girl, I don't even have the time to explain to you how my aircon don't work. So it's been rough. But I'm blessed to have a car to move around in and get places and get to and from, and I'm not walking. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, today was a lot of that, but I'm so happy because in all of my running around errands, I ticked all of my tasks, you know, for the day. I scratched them out. So I'm very happy about that. I love scratching out, you know, my to-do list tasks. I've spoken about that in another video. So yeah, that was really, really cool. And what else? There's just, yeah, I had a lot of favor even in people that were serving me. Everyone was very kind and warm and smiley. You know, sometimes when it's like super hot, you can get like, oh, this is the kind of hot way like people get sick. Like you get a runny tummy, you feel like you wanna you have, I learned this very late in life that feeling nausea means you want to puke. My whole life, every time I heard, "Oh, I'm nauseous," I didn't think it was I'm quarter to puking. Like, if I felt like puking, I'm like, it feels like I'm gonna puke. I didn't know that feeling like you're gonna puke is equal to nauseous. Anyway, so you feel nauseous, runny tummy. That's what the heat does here in KZN. So yeah, it can get like, but people were so nice and so kind. You know, the weather didn't affect their disposition. Okay, I will be using big English words, and if I'm not using them in the right sentence, we forgive ourselves and we move on. I will be reading books, just in life, to, of course, increase my vocabulary, um, and less ums. Yeah, so, no, I miss my sister. I used to say a lot of big English words, and put them in places where they shouldn't be. I was very confident in my delusion. Yeah, so and I would just use these big words and I'd put them in sentences and paragraphs where they never fit. And, I'd have a conversation with my sister, and she looked at me like, I don't think that's where the word goes. And I'm like, wow, it goes for me. And she'd be like, okay. Yeah, so my sister passed away in 2021. So, yeah, whenever I use big English words, and I'm not sure I used it correctly, I think of her just going, okay, okay, whatever you said. Crazy. But yeah, so today was a good day. I feel like a lot of videos will be me saying I did my tasks and I did them well and I crossed them off. But what was special about today? No, I really think the interactions I had with people, I ran into my manager for the business, for the family business. And he was just like, no, we're going to hang out today. So we worked with each other to make sure all things that we needed to do got done. But he was just like, oh, don't worry, I'll sort you out. Let's do this. And he's like, let's go get ice cream. So it was very nice to him. He was like, we're going to get you something to drink. And I'm like, I want this. And we were going in his car, which had an aircon. And it was just like, wow. When I was in the car, I just, that song, I got money. Like I just felt like that when I got into the conditioned car. But yeah. Oh, and then, so I've been thinking about that song today. And I was thinking about how my tune has changed. Not like drastically, but it's changed a little bit from that. Oh, so the song is I've Got Money. But in 2024 and 2025, I was very much on team I want money. And I was chasing it. And I was just like, where is it? Where is it? And in the same breath, I was money, but I was just like, I ain't leading Jesus. But money was leading the pack. And I was realizing, I realized today that my tune has changed. And I'm not singing I want money anymore. I'm singing I want Jesus. Yeah, Jesus. Okay, so with the singing, I will be doing a lot of that because I do like singing. I plan to go to singing lessons, like with a proper music coach, because I really would love to sing, like just belt out, and I think it'll be good for my YouTube journey because music is here and I stop it coming out here a lot. I think that the more I build confidence in my video taking, this won't stop anymore. It'll just come out. And I think to help each other, mostly you, I'm gonna need to get some singing lessons so that's the singing voice that comes out and you're not like, man. So yeah, that's the plan for the future because we're gonna do this YouTube thing for life, okay? For life. It's gonna be you and I for life. Well, until Jesus comes back. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's it for today. As Jesus says in his word, do work until I come. So I have to go back to doing the work that I had set out for myself to do. Okay, those things. Okay, now I gotta switch off the video.